Hello, my name is Brenda Looney, and I am working on my instructional leadership video number 2. And I am here with Miss Brittany James. Let me turn the camera around here just a little bit. There we go. There's Miss Brittany. So, Miss Brittany, can you tell me just a little bit about yourself?
I have been working for Radiance Child Development Center for about 3 years now. I can honestly say I really do enjoy it. Definitely have to have a lot of patience working there, but it is definitely something that I've grown to be passionate about. So I'm thankful for that. I think I've definitely developed and grown in the position that I hold there. Definitely, I can definitely see a huge difference than when I started 3 years ago than now. A lot more patience, a lot more knowledge about early childhood development and all of the roles that I have to play a part in when it comes to that. And that is definitely with the help of my boss, which is Miss Brenda Looney, and definitely a lot of the training that we do, which we do a lot of training, which is needed, definitely. So, yeah.
So you've grown a lot working at Radiance as an individual, you would say, sound like, and as and the different roles that you play, because you sometimes you work as a teacher, and then sometimes you work as a curriculum coordinator, and sometimes you work as a trainer. So you have many different hats that you hold. So having to learn how to, is it difficult having to put on the teacher hat and then switch back to the curriculum and the training? Is that difficult?
Oh yeah, it is very difficult. Sometimes, I wouldn't say all the time. I do switch a few times. There are some times where it kind of does get hectic when I have to switch back out of my curriculum coordinator position to the teacher's position, because I kind of have to. Because I kind of have a forgetful mind sometimes when it comes to being in the room with the children, apart from just being over the center. So I kind of have to become a little, I guess I can use the word childish when I'm in the classroom. So versus being like professional and structured in the office, which I do definitely enjoy. Being in the classroom, I would say a little more, because I kind of feel like that I kind of fit with the children. Like my personality can be a little childish, so I kind of fit in with them a little bit.
So it sounds like you said it's a lot less stressful being in the classroom than it is actually being the curriculum coordinator, because even with being the curriculum coordinator, you have to kind of somewhat run the center as well. Yeah. And so I tell people that all the time, being an owner or just being a director, it's so much easier to just go in classroom and just focus on one thing. And so working in the office and running the center and then being in the classroom, it's like, I'll take the classroom 500 every time. Because with the children, it brings you joy, it's fun, it's upbeat, you got to have a lot of energy, but yet it's so fulfilling. It's to me, it's more fulfilling with working with the children versus working with the actual teachers and parents and paperwork and pushing paperwork and doing all that. So I totally get it. So how long did you say you've been working at Radiance?
Oh, about 3 years now. Almost 4. In July, I would say. In July before.
Okay, and so on a scale of 1 to 10, and then after this we're going to get into your observation. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the time that you spend in the classroom, with 1 being the worst or 10 being the greatest?
I would give it an honest solid 8.
An 8?
In the classroom, yeah. There are times where it kind of but then there are most times, like you said, it is joyous getting to see all the different personalities from the children. and stuff like that, and getting to working with them, it definitely does bring me a joy. Like sometimes I am a little sensitive, so sometimes like when the kids like greet me like with hugs and loving, and some of them have started using my lingo too, like the touche, and so it kind of brings tears to my eyes when I see those things like that. So overall, it definitely is amazing. They do make my day a little better. The children does. So yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like they kind of glean from you, and you can see where there's an impartation that you give them, and that does bring about joy. You know, when you can teach them how to problem solve and how to deal with things, and then they actually take that and put it into play and apply it to their classroom and with their friends. So, recently you had your observation done while you were working in the classroom, in a 2-year-old classroom. And were you nervous when you got observed?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime I'm being tested, I'm nervous a little bit. There's a little jittery there. Yeah, just a little bit. I know I ace it, and I'll be fine. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe everybody maybe get that little sinking feeling in their stomach when they see that they're being observed. Because they ain't gonna say much. So,
yeah, they come in and they be pretty quiet. But you did score a 6.7, so that was amazing, along with the other ladies who scored. So we're hoping to come out with at least a 5-star. So during the time of the observation, what part of the curriculum were you guys using, and what curriculum do you guys use, and then like what theme or lesson were you on and sharing with the kids?
So we use the curriculum which is Frog Street. Very, very great curriculum as well. Very helpful, very useful here. And so when I was being observed, I was actually doing sign language. It's like we have these big note cards that have like pictures of animals on them, and then they have like these open-ended questions on the back of them. And then most of them also have the ASL on them as well. So we were actually practicing ASL on those, and they were really taking with the children were with learning those. We learned a lot of different animal ASL, which cow was really their favorite one, which is just that. And they really enjoyed that. And the observer was actually pretty impressed that we were actually teaching them sign language, ASL. It's not, I don't know if many do that, but she was impressed that they were receptive to it and actually learning and doing it. So, and Frog Street, it has a lot of layers to it as well. And so from, like I said, like from ASL, and then they have like,
the songs and poems and puzzles.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to say, because you can go on their website and they have it all of it. You can download their music, and you can download their little stories and stuff like that. So it is helpful. It is helpful.
Well, that's good, because that's a really big tool that you can use in the classroom. And I know that it helped to increase the scores, like you said. And I know the poems are repetitive, and you guys did a lot of instructional learning and teaching, and you scored really high in positive climate. What would you want to share a little bit about the positive climate?
So it's pretty much mostly redirecting the children positively, honestly, because dealing with the top threes and the fours, kind of pre-K-ish, I would say that you're gonna get a little riffraff, and you kind of have to know how to interact with them, and just to keep that positive climate. And it's mainly about your relationship with the children. Honestly, I think if your relationship is positive with the children, they come to you, they love on you, you love on them. It kind of helps with that positive climate, versus you don't seem to actually interact with them I feel like they might gravitate towards another one another teacher that they may feel comfortable with, apart from the one that doesn't really interact with them, or um, 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 like, and when I say interact with them, I mean like playing, like outside play, like actually engaging in the activities that they are doing. For example, like pushing them on swings, running with them, running around with them, playing chase, playing tag. They'll probably take better to you than someone that's just actually sitting and observing them and just watching, you know? So I think that'll create a positive climate.
Okay, well, then that explains why you got a 6.7, especially with you guys being, because there was some information in your feedback about outside play and how you were actually interacting with them and playing with them. And so she did take notes to that. She wrote all that information down. Let me ask you about your classroom organization. How do you feel about the classroom organization? And then, because she scored you pretty high in that as well, but I know you had a lot of input in putting out those classes together. So, how did you come up with the centers, or what did you do to, make your class be pretty good in the organization?
Touche. I would say centers, honestly. Not having so much open space for them to, like run around and stuff like that. Making sure that their toys are actually organized and in the centers. Like, for example, we have like transportation centers. So, of course, all of your cars and your airplanes, buses,